What's the app called?
Laser Pecker.
Okay.
So we're gonna create something, right? What are we engraving?
Buddy.
You want capital or just the first letter capital?
First letter capital. It is a guy's name. Buddy. That's it.
Okay, now we could do solid, hollow, or tilt.
Solid. Buddy is solid. Morning, YouTube. Got a little storm tree already this year. Looks like it'll be a case of grinding a root ball and probably moving this big log. Pretty good sized black oak. It's always the black oaks that tip over, and it's often when they're in a green watered lawn. See all the fruiting bodies here. Black oaks don't like a lot of water, and the root systems rot. And I'll bet you there was indicative dieback in the tips. See the roots? Rotted off. So if you got black oaks in your lawn, you need to have your lawn somewhere else. I know, it's enveloped. Remember when I was talking about dieback in the tops? I had never seen this tree, just saw it for the first time today laying there. But here we are processing some of the top. Huge chunks of dieback in the top. So, pretty predictable stuff. That an oak tree will rot out if it gets a lot of water. A black oak. It'll rot out in your green lawn. If your lawn's green, it's too much for the oak. For the black oak. The punching bag sandy to lift it so that we could get a cleaner flush cut on the stump so that we have less to grind. I wouldn't have tried to pick the whole thing, root ball and all, with this crane. Poked the lawn pretty good right there when it hit. You can tell it's all pretty saturated. Again, a lot of dead. I mean, even some big dead tops. When the root system is rotting out, it can look pretty green and leafy, but there'll be diebacks. The first sign, well, that's probably not even true, but one of the first signs is dieback in the very tips, because there's not enough of a root system to pump the water that high, and so the tips die first. Like frostbite, your extremities go first. The heart has to pump the blood to your whole body, and the extremities, you know, by the time the pump gets it there, it's not enough to keep it. So it's kind of similar. I don't know if that makes sense, but boy, it sure makes sense to me. I told him we could lift this root ball out of here and move it somewhere else with the log off of it, and then grind it somewhere else. But he's all, I don't care where the mess is. We'll grind it right here. This video brought to you by Hams. I met those guys at the expo. Super cool. Their company is called Game of Trees. I'll let you see if you can figure it out by looking at the logo. So it looks like this guy's trying to have a miracle story here, because he wants us to see it. So this was a co-dominant cedar. Obviously this one is toast, but he wants to see if when we clean this up, if he can get this one to spring back up and stay and be like, you know, have a story to tell and some cool scars to show the ladies. So we'll see if we can do that. It sounds kind of fun. I guess we can dress it up a little. Stories to tell for this tree. My best friend turned on me one day. I always feel like he was crowding me. I knew I was living in the shadow of a monster. I think that guy and his tractor are looking forward to finishing this job. He's telling me that's good enough, so I like that. I really do. It's good enough for me too. It might be okay. We'll probably never know unless we get back there doing some more work. The the guy was really impressed with how fast we banged all that out. But refurbishing that old tree got me thinking about these axes that I just unearthed while I was cleaning my garage. One of them's a Bucking Special, which has been beat around a bit since I got it. I always thought I would treat it perfect, but when have I ever had a tool that I just treated perfect, besides the old green truck that I treated really well and then gave away. But I found the Bucking Special axe and the Bucking Special hatchet, and I found the Buddy axe. Okay, the Buddy axe is a rafter head, heavy-headed, long-handled thing that a guy named Buddy sent me. Just wanted me to have a nice tool, just kind of a altruistic, happy thing that he did for me. And I really love banging wedges with that thing. I've used it a lot. It's the one I want to pick up to slam a wedge home. But I had left it outside, stuck in a log by mistake, and so it got a bit weathered. The handle was weathered, and so I'm rounding things up and straightening things up. And I pressure washed the handles of the Bucking Special, and he might not like that, but I pressure washed them to try to get some start over power. Then I reapplied not the Wadka that Billy Ray uses, but I don't have any. I would have. But I use this True Oil, it's called. My dad uses it on longbows. Anyway, I refurbished the handles. I took the wire wheel to the heads and, you know, knocked off the heavy rust and pits that were on them. And during the process of refurbishing these axes and giving them the respect that they really deserve probably the whole time, I was feeling like a little bit of, I don't know how to describe it, but it felt good to refurbish these things and get them back into not only good function, because they had good function, but I did tighten up the head on the Buddy axe. But I got them into good presentation, you know, good condition. And it was feeling good to put them back in that way. And I got to thinking about Billy Ray and about Jeff, my buddy who refurbishes axes. And I was thinking, I bet I know what it is that makes this constant quest to take an old quality thing and turn it back out to the workforce, or back out to a condition of good use, or even just to look at it on the wall. But I might be getting too deep, but I was thinking, I'm like a restoration project. I mean, I hammered myself in my youth. I did not treat with respect, you know, the temple of the body, and I just hammered the liver, and I broke the bones, and just hammered the brain, you know, did things that were not very respectful to the axe handle that is me. And I thought about Jeff, and I happen to know some things because Billy Ray is a friend, and Jeff Schroeder is a friend, and I happen to know that all of us, without going into too much detail, are kind of butterflies, you know. We've accepted restoration, and we have come a long way. And I just feel like it's similar with those axes, to take something that has inherent quality and inherent usefulness and polish that thing up and put it back into the banging workforce, put it back in to circulation better than ever, and with some scars, with some pits, you know, with the mark of experience. There was something about that I was thinking, I bet you it's kind of I'm grinding the gears here, sorry truck. I bet you it's something like that with these guys that just do it all the time, you know, restore an old thing. And I bet you the old thing that they're restoring is like a symbol of themselves. I don't know, what do you guys think?